everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we are in Language C books. We are on page 222 and we are going to continue our learning with adverbs. So if you guys have your books, please turn to that page and here we go. So we learned that adverbs describe our verbs. Okay, we learned that they tell us how, they tell us when, and they tell us where. Okay, today what we're going to be discussing is how adverbs modify adjectives. Okay, there are two steps that we need to do in order to figure this out. Okay, so the first step is that we need to find the adjective in the sentence. Okay, once we have found that, then we need to ask either how or to what extent. Okay, those questions are very important in order for us to learn the difference, and we're going to be using those questions in the next few lessons. So for example, if I said, summertime can bring extremely hot weather, okay, I need to be able to tell where is my adverb here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to look is I need to find the adjective in this sentence. Okay, so we know hot is the adjective because it is modifying our noun of weather. Okay, so I have found my adjective. So now I'm going to ask how or to what extent. Okay, so how hot is it? Well, it's extremely hot. So now I know that my adverb, which modifies my adjective, is extremely. Okay, so I found my adjective, I asked how, and I asked to what extent. Okay, the other rule that we need to be sure of that we know is that adverbs can also modify other adverbs. So when we're looking at a sentence, for example, the class studied extremely well. Okay, there are two steps that we need to do here. We need to know that if an adverb is modifying another adverb, it will always come before the adverb it is modifying, okay? The second thing that we need to know is that it will usually answer the question how. So let's look at our sentence. The class studied extremely well, okay? So we know that studied is what the class did, right? So we know that studied is our verb here. Okay, well, we need to ask, how did they study? Well, they studied well, right? So we know that well is modifying our word studied. But there's this other little word right here, extremely, okay? Extremely is also another adverb. And the reason why it is because it's telling us how they studied well. So they studied extremely well. And that is how we know that if we have two adverbs in our sentence, one is modifying the other. So in this lesson that you guys are going to be doing Think A, Think B, and Think C in your Language C books, I'm going to do an example one for you. And the instructions say to underline the adverb that modifies the adjective. So the sentence is, War and Peace is an extremely long novel, okay? So we need to ask how, when, or where. What is our adverb and is it modifying what, okay? So we find the adjective, which is long, because long is modifying the noun novel, okay? Well, how long? Extremely long. So we know that extremely in number one is our adverb because it is modifying the adjective long. So I hope you guys use this and you guys could rewind and go over it. And if you guys have any questions, you guys could log on to your Edmodo, go under today's assignment. You guys are just going to answer this in your book and do not tear the pages out. But if you have any questions, you could ask me in Edmodo and I will get back to you ASAP. Have a great day, you guys.